Hi guys, and welcome back to another diamond painting video. Last week, we tried out something totally different when I decided to combine my two favorite hobbies, create this book and diamond painting. And I'm so glad you all liked the idea just as much as I did, because this episode is where the real fun starts. Last week, we decorated the front, but now it's time to get into these prompts. We'll be doing 2 prompts today, starting way at the back with create something anthropomorphic. Draw an animal with human features wearing human clothes or doing something only humans would do. And I think I've got the perfect diamond painting for this. I found this set of diamond paintings on Amazon, and to be specific, I saw this one. I didn't even bother to look at the rest. I had to have it. She is so cute. But that's not even the best part. These diamonds are all crystals. I've only ever worked with fairy dust drills and ABs, so I'm super excited to try out these crystals. But before I get too ahead of myself, let's go through these diamond paintings. They are all super cute, and I thought when I got this diamond painting set, I knew exactly what diamond painting I wanted to do, but no. This was a really tough choice. But ultimately, I decided to go with this smug panda. There's just something about this look on his face. He is just really chilling in his flower crown. These are the diamonds that go with this diamond painting, and it looks like they're all crystals except for this black diamond. I've never done a diamond painting like this before, so I'm excited to get started. Something I noticed right away about this diamond painting is that the diamonds, they're not really in a straight line. In most of the diamond paintings I've done, they've all been straight across. This one's kind of jumbled, and the background isn't filled in. There's just circles with color. I've never done a diamond painting like this before, so I'm curious to see how this will turn out. At this point, I can't lie, I'm feeling a little bit discouraged. This diamond painting is kind of turning out weird. Because the background isn't filled in, it just looks like a bunch of stones on paper. But I'm gonna keep trying to be optimistic while I fill in the face. There's still a lot to go. Maybe it'll look better once everything's done? I was really excited when I saw these diamond paintings on Amazon. Since I had never done a crystal diamond painting before, I wasn't sure if I needed to use my diamond painting pen or the tool I got for specialty drills. In my last video, I used all ABs and it took forever. It was so worth it, but I really didn't want to spend another 2 days diamond painting again. So I got really lucky with these drills. These diamonds don't need a specialty pen. There are, however, some spots for specialty diamonds. I don't see many diamond paintings that have these large spaces for diamonds, and normally I wouldn't choose a diamond painting that had them. But I think it's fun to try new things, and I'm so curious to see how it will turn out. I was a little bit bummed when I saw that this wasn't an entirely crystal diamond painting, but now looking back, I actually am glad they decided to throw in this one regular drill. I think it really helps with the contrast, especially around the face and the eye region. Honestly, I was really confused when it came to this portion. None of it was really looking like a face to me when I added the diamonds, and that was scary. I was really afraid that I had mixed up some diamonds and that's why it wasn't making any sense, but I did go back and double check and everything was right. So fingers crossed, this looks good. Our very first prompt is done. Now let's cut it out and add it to the book. If you missed last week's episode, this is my custom Create This book, meant just for diamond paintings. It is completely empty right now, but you and I are gonna fill this bad boy. I added double-sided tape to the back of the canvas. That way it would sit flat in the book. This part was low-key nerve-wracking. Once I sit this thing down, I can't take it up. I guess I could have measured to make sure it was centered, but I'm really not trying to do all that. Originally, this diamond painting was supposed to take up the majority of the page, back when I thought I would be doing a smaller book. But at the last second, I decided against it. I changed my mind, but I still had all the original supplies, and there's just no way I was gonna let this go to waste. Here is our very first page, and I'm in love. I had no clue how this would turn out, but I actually am really enjoying this so far. Later in the video, I'm gonna add a little bit more to this page that I'm really excited about. So make sure you stay till the end. And in the meantime, let's get started on our next prompt. Create a duo. Draw two people, places, or things that are better together. Right away, I knew exactly the two I wanted to do. Pickle and Georgie. These are my two favorite Moriah Elizabeth characters. I try to play it cool, but I'm actually a Moriah Elizabeth stan. I watch every single one of her videos, so of course I had to add these two iconic characters. Obviously, this isn't a diamond painting, so we're gonna have to start from scratch. It took me a few times to get the size right and the placement. Because I'll be using a light board, I had to be really careful about how things overlapped. Now that I have a general idea of the placement, now we can move on to the colors. You might recognize all of these from my Kitting Up 500 Drills challenge. I got a lot of people asking, why did I need so many drills? Well, the secret's out. I want to make a lot of custom diamond paintings. I've only done this a handful of times, so it's still quite a challenge. So I'm going into this diamond painting super nervous. I'm going to start by picking out Georgie's colors because I'm not even sure that this will work out. So let's just start there. Georgie is mostly yellow, dark yellow, green, and orange. I'm going to be using a few other colors, but I don't want to overwhelm myself, so I'm just going to stick with these to start. I'm going to place both Georgie and Pickle on my light board and cover it with the canvas. Now when the light board's on, I can see through to the picture underneath. There was a few sections I was particularly worried about. The really small details like Georgie's eyebrows. They don't quite line up with the drills. So I was really nervous I wouldn't be able to fit all these details in this diamond painting. Before I start diamond painting, I always like to change my cover paper. It's just easier for me so I don't get my hands stuck all over the canvas. And I can work on one section at a time. I really struggled with this first section, moving the drills up and down, back and forth, trying to figure out which spot worked better. The images are on an angle, so the placement is a little bit off. Some of the circles aren't completely covered in that color, if that makes any sense. Some of the circles only have the tiniest, teensiest bit of color to them, so it makes it really difficult to tell if I should place a diamond there or not. I'm starting with the outline because I believe that's the hardest part. I really don't want this to turn out as some huge blob that doesn't look like Georgie at all. So before I get too far into this project, I want to make sure it looks right. And you already know I gotta add those specialty drills. A diamond painting is not a diamond painting without specialty drills. I really wanted the leaves on the top of his head to stand out and the stripes all over his body. So I covered those sections with ABs. I was most nervous about the stripes going through his body because they're kind of hard to see, but they're also somehow a focal point. This was an important section and I didn't want to mess it up. These two are my favorite characters, and whether or not I was gonna create this book diamond painting or not, I was gonna diamond paint these two. It's just something about them, they're just so adorable. They're my two favorite characters, and I think the only thing that could have made it any better is if it was a trio and we added derp. Now that Georgie's finished, let's move on to Pickle. While doing this one, I had a lot of the same challenges. Both of these characters are quite round, and this is kind of a pixely art type of thing, so the characters are gonna look similar but not exact. While doing this side, it was also challenging but not as difficult as Georgie. Pickle is a lot less intricate and a bit more basic of an outline. I outlined him completely in black except for his back area because I knew I wanted to do something special with that part. And then I found a bright green and started filling him in. Now, going along the spine, I'm gonna fill in the back with dark green, but I'm not gonna fill in every space. Pickle has these spots along his back. I'm gonna leave those sections empty so I can fill them with ABs. Now that the important part's done, let's fill in the background. I've been obsessed with this lavender color lately. I'm even wearing it on my nails, so I decided to do the entire background in lavender. These set of drills only came in a pack of 1,000 of each color, so when I do these diamond paintings, there's no guarantee I'll have enough colors here. And that was the exact problem I faced doing the background for this diamond painting. In the back of my head, I definitely knew I didn't have enough diamonds, but honestly, I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to use wishful thinking, but inevitably the time came when I ran out of diamonds. So I chose the next best thing, which was to use a color that was one shade darker. At first, I was like, how much of a difference can it make? It's just one shade darker. And then once I started placing the drills, I realized this is really noticeable. But it actually looks like a shadow, so I think I really like the way it looks. A happy accident. And here is our second prompt. I really loved how this turned out, and I'm excited to put it in the book. I used double-sided tape to stick the canvas to the book and rolled all the drills down so they sat flat. I glued the prompt to the bottom of the page, but I felt like it needed something else. I made this diamond painting log to go with every diamond painting I'll do. Because this book will be filled with so many diamond paintings, I wanted a way to organize them all. So for every diamond painting I do in this book, there'll be a diamond painting log. I added this page at the very end of filming, so I forgot to fill it out, but here is what I would fill in. I can't believe it, we are finally done with our very first episode of Create This Book Diamond Painting Edition. I'm so glad you guys like this series because I am now in love and I cannot wait to do more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! If you enjoyed this video, here's another one I know you'll enjoy as well.